Back in 2010, a mild-mannered schoolteacher sat down at one of the toughest cash games in poker. He took on the pros and won a stack 30 times his annual salary. This is David Fishman, not a pro, not a gambler, just a devoted husband, a cancer survivor, and a teacher with a passion for the classroom. But when poker stars staked him $100,000 for their loose cannon promotion, he did the impossible. He played one of the most incredible amateur sessions ever seen, using just math and gut instinct. Let's see how this teacher became a master. The format was brutal but simple. Survive against poker sharks like Phil Hellmuth and David Williams, and any profit over the starting $100K was yours. The pros immediately sized up their new mark, but they didn't know this student had spent his life calculating odds and teaching probability.
Shattered wrist, trigeminal nerve damage right here, 35 stitches around my eye, and actually I'm getting surgery to I check my...
Phil checks to Joe, who checks.
The orbital plate that's holding my eyeball in is kind of like broken, and some of the fat from my eye is sinking down, so they have to put a plate in. Call?
Do you have insurance? Health insurance?
It's really amazing. I let my insurance dry up, and I've just been paying cash out of pocket, and I'm surprised it doesn't hurt. The bills are not like, it's not super sick, you know?
Meanwhile, the loose cannon David Fishman has semi-bluffed the flop.
32.
And fires again.
I'm like a pretty bad, 6 things happened to me, broken rib and lots of, I don't know, I've just been paying out of pocket. It's not that bad.
If Locke thought his 9 was good enough to call on the flop,
3,200.
then not much has changed here.
He calls again.
Captain calling the calling station. Hailing all frequencies.
Ace of hearts on the river. Locke checks.
Let's see if David can fire the third photon torpedo or checks his way into the escape shuttle.
10.
He fires 10 grand.
I didn't love the pre-flop limp, but this is a very nice 3-barrel attempt early on.
I don't have a 10. And you're betting 10. That's probably a bad spot for me to be in. Oh, but I love calling, as Perkins knows, you know? If I fold, you're going to show, right?
You want me to show?
Yeah.
First hand I'm in, you want me to show?
Make him pay you.
If I fold.
You gotta pay.
Nah,
You can't pay, actually.
I don't know. We'll see.
Put it in the pot, you'll turn one card over, and then you can make it.
If I show, will you show? I'm folding. I fold.
Fishman takes down the pot.
If that was a bluff, sir, that was a bold bluff.
This wasn't just a bluff, it was a statement. I'm a teacher, but don't try to teach me. And that was just Fishman's opening move. He kept building his stack, sticking to his plan, leaving the pros guessing about every single hand he played.
Action begins on Phil Hellmuth. He raises to 2,000. See what we got. King, queen.
We can definitely call and try to see a flop here.
That's what we do. Perkins folds. David Williams calls. Locks in. Cat is out. Flop. We got top pair.
Obviously, we don't like the multi-way action, but this board is drier than Las Vegas itself.
Action is checked on over to the cannon.
5.
5,000.
You like the bet?
I do. Even if we get raised, we're probably going to stick around.
Williams folds.
With Locke's range against us, I'm not too afraid of what he has here.
Locke raises to 15,000. The pro folds. Yep, there's the call.
We've got Locke's attention now.
Deuce of clubs on the turn.
Check.
Locke checks.
I don't think Phil is raising us with a deuce, so I'm okay with that turn card. If we are ahead, he didn't catch up.
All right, we check. 6 of diamonds on the river.
I like our check on the turn because we got raised on the flop. Now, it's hard to think this 6 really made Phil's hand. Since we did check on the turn, even if Phil bets here, we should be prepared to look him up.
Phil's got chips. Nervous?
We'll see how big the bet is.
I check.
He checks. Shows the cannon
Check.
and shows. Let's see what Locke's got. He was bluffing. The cannon picks up a pot of nearly 40 grand.
The commentators couldn't believe it. An amateur holding his own and winning against the best.
Fishman raises. Perkins folds.
Did you fold already, man?
Insta.
10 deuce suited for Williams. Re-raises to 5,200. Lock and catafold.
Williams is trying to isolate the loose cannon.
Back to me. 52 total.
To me, when someone asks if it's back on them, it's the biggest tell in the world.
Fishman calls.
Almost like it's too good to be true for it to be your turn again.
The flop. 5-4 tray, open-ender for Williams. Action on Fishman, who checks.
You'd think he'd want to bet that flop and not let D-Dub get a free card, but he's playing in flow and checking to the razor.
Williams actually fires 7,800.
Despite his name, I can't imagine Fishman would fold here.
Make it 15.
He re-pops. Actually, it's 15-6. That's the min raise.
This is a small value raise, and Williams does have the odds to call.
And David does.
Both players trying to get a read on the other right now.
The turn, King of Hearts.
Fishman does not look happy about that king.
And checks.
You have to wonder if Williams picked up on that.
Fires 20,000.
Looks like Williams realized what a great card this is to bluff at. This is the biggest pot so far for the loose cannon, and he doesn't even have an overpair anymore.
For some reason, that was the one turn I didn't want to see. Or did I? Now I don't think you have it anymore. Wow. Why am I changing my mind?
We've seen a lot of loose cannons get bluffed by the pros and lay down big pocket pairs in spots like this before.
Fishman calls.
He's made the right call.
The river, 7 of clubs. Fishman checks.
Let's see if Williams fires another bluff here on the river.
He doesn't. And Fishman shows the winner. And this hand now puts David Fishman as the most profitable loose cannon by 88.
Then came the moment. Top pair against the top player. Fishman showed why math and patience are poker's ultimate weapons.
This time Fishman's leading out with top pair. And Perkins isn't one to fold a pair on the flop, which he has.
Perkins calls with middle pair. Williams folds, so does Locke and Joe.
Raise 10,000.
Helmuth's check raise shows just how strong a pair and a flush draw can be. You can see it's got big equity, even three-handed.
And now to Fishman, who calls.
He believes in his top pair on this wet board.
How much you got left, Phil?
About 110?
How much do you have?
For 10, about 100 something.
Nobody's scared. Nobody's scared.
He folds.
They're not scared. They're like, yeah, go ahead, do it.
Deuce of spades on the turn, trip deuces for Helmuth.
This is what I like to call the raptor attack, where Phil Hellmuth hits the out you didn't even know was there.
Bets 25 grand.
Other than bet size, it will be very difficult for Fishman to know he's beat, and Phil's done a good job of polarizing his range to huge hands or a bluff.
I'm like 51% that I got you.
Actually, it's like 94 that you don't.
Do you have a percentage in mind?
6%.
The brim went a little lower.
Look at the amateur having fun with his sickening decisions.
I mentioned it up. I just keep feeling stronger and stronger that I got you, Phil. I feel like I just want to push.
Pushing would be very bad. We haven't seen this loose cannon go crazy with just one pair yet, but we all lose our minds sometimes. If he did push, he'd be drawing very slim, but not dead.
So tempted. I so want to push. I so want to push.
Fishman read the situation perfectly and folded. But later, Helmuth got the better of him. Fishman was hungry for payback, ready to do whatever it took, even if it meant playing bad.
Fishman.
I don't win very many pots from this spot, so.
In a fit of discipline.
Fishman calls. Perkins is out. Williams
An absolute fit.
calls.
David Williams in real bad shape with a real loose defend. Maybe a little tilty from that last hand.
Deuce, jack, ace, 2 clubs, action flop.
This looks like a fun board.
Williams checks bottom pair. Hellmuth checks top pair. Fishman leads out with a semi-bluff. Williams folds. Hellmuth raises.
This is a pretty easy call with a flush draw, gut shot, and 2 big cards.
And there it is by Fishman. 5 of hearts on the turn gives Hellmuth 2 pair. He bets 15 grand.
We know Fishman isn't getting great immediate odds since his pairs are still no good, but PH could be doing this with worse flush draws, and he's got enough behind for decent implied odds.
Add it all up, and Fishman makes the call.
He's looking for a club or a 10.
The river, there's the 10 completing the straight.
Fishman swims the upstream battle and runs down the great one.
Action on Hellmuth.
23,600.
Bets 23-6.
23,600 into a $45,000 pot.
This is pretty dirty. Fishman's reverse pedaling the nuts. Clearly he's going to raise. The only question is how much, and can he get Phil to call?
I'm not gonna let you do this to me again, Phil. I can't let you do this to me again.
Leonardo DiCaprio could not be selling this any better.
How much you got behind? Was there an answer to that?
Like 85 or something.
I'm all in.
Fishman shoves.
He even fake hesitated. Watch that Oscar, Leo.
I'm done, Phil.
I see method acting, improv, pantomime. If Phil calls here, the kid stays in the picture.
This is so sick. I mean, is it possible that I just get cooled every hand I play here? You got king, queen of clubs? I mean, I guess so.
Phil's put him on his exact hand. But if he does make this call, the loose cannon will have a profit of more than $140,000 and will be poised to take down that NAPT passport.
God, all that talking leads me to believe that. Wow.
Now, that might be real. I'd certainly be shaking either way.
All right, I call.
Hellmuth calls and sees king, queen of clubs.
Bingo! See, if a club comes, I don't lose one nickel in this hand.
Hellmuth blamed the dealer. Fishman scooped a massive pot, and Hellmuth exploded. But then Perkins stepped up, ready to put this upstart in his place.
That was a great read, by the way. You had him.
You're a real classy guy, buddy. You are.
Who? Him?
You.
Why? What did I do?
Why would you say that? I mean, why would you, I mean, what are you trying to do? The guy hits a miracle 10 on me, and what, you want to just step on me?
He's a school teacher, and you and him have endless trunks of money. Endless trunks of money. He's a school teacher. For God's sakes, man.
Screaming will do you a lot of good.
After that huge pot, only 2 hands remained. Fishman could have just folded his way out, walking away with a cool $140,000 profit. But then he did something that shocked everyone.
Aces for the cannon. Still aces.
You can't make this stuff up. Let's see if he makes the raise.
He's thinking of set pedaling, boys.
Nice call, Locke.
He's thinking.
Throws him away.
What?
He folded pocket aces. On the surface, it looked insane, but we'll see why he did it.
2 to the flop. 6 king, 6 quads for Locke.
I can't believe it, Vance. David Fishman folds aces, would have been outflopped by quads. If this happened in a movie, I would say it's too unrealistic.
Locke bets 3,300. The turn, jack of spades. Locke checks. Mercier checks. Deuce on the river. 10,400. Mercier calls.
Hi-ya!
That's a sigh of relief.
That's why I lay down pocket jacks.
Did you really or no?
What was it?
Wouldn't necessarily
Pocket
be
aces.
that fold.
No. Was it really? You had aces free flop?
No way.
I'll love to
He
see
didn't
that.
think forever and had this weird look.
Fishman trusted his gut and made one of the most legendary folds in poker history. It was like he calculated every single angle and got out just in time.
Fishman with kings.
I mean, he folded aces.
He's thinking about it.
I'm gonna see one flop. How about that? You let me see a flop, I'll see a flop.
Hey, limps in.
You're not gonna let me see a flop?
Perkins raised. Ace queen for
You
Dave.
can still see a flop.
I raised the pot. Raise the pot.
Williams repops.
Fishman limped. If he wanted a cheap flop, he would have been better off raising. A true poker player would not be able to resist repotting this.
He didn't want to, but he folds. Perkins calls, so only 2 to the flop of 7 queen deuce.
I'll check.
Perkins
I guess I'll
checks.
move all in.
Williams shoves.
He's got top pair.
That sounds like the bat signal.
Perkins folds.
I had you that time, David. I would have had you that time.
With what?
I had kings.
What would you have done in Fishman's shoes? Fold and pocket 140K, or go for it and push for an even bigger score? In one epic session, this teacher and fighter beat the best of the best and walked away with 30 years' salary in his pocket.
You sitting down?
How much did you win?
$129,600.